Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. So it is Monday and I'm having a chore day today and I thought I would bring you guys along. So I'm actually getting ready to go to therapy. I recently started back up in therapy, so I'm just getting ready to go. I'm actually gonna walk there today because it's so nice out and I am just soaking up the fall weather. But I am going in with my sunscreen. Today I'm wearing the Dear Claire's All Day Airy Sunscreen. Really been enjoying this one. Gives a really pretty glow. So I just got out of the shower. Also, did you notice? I got a haircut. Might be hard to tell because my hair is soaking wet right now. I actually just got my hair cut on Friday, like a few days ago. So I haven't even actually styled it yet. When I get back and when my hair is dry, I will try styling it for the first time, show you guys how it goes. But I ended up getting, I guess you would call it a lob. So it's hitting about collarbone length, and I also got subtle curtain bangs. I didn't want to go like too all in because I haven't had bangs in, I think the last time I had bangs was in high school. So I wanted to ease my way back into bangs, but I have to say I'm really loving them so far. I don't know why I was so afraid to get bangs. I need to quickly put some food in my mouth and then I'll be out the door. This is what a typical morning looks like for these two girlies. Oh yeah, just a typical morning. Just a typical morning in our house. Good morning, Heidi. Hi, soaking up the sun, I see. And what about you? And what about you, Tala? You're so sweet. Heidi, don't be ridiculous, baby. And I think I know what B is up to. There you are! What you doing? Oh, sorry about the flash. Good morning. Okay, I am back in the same spot. I am about to style my new hair. I figured I would do my go-to when my hair is this length, which is to curl it with a straightener. I have it set on the lowest heat setting. I think it goes up to 410. I just keep it on the ones that say thin. They go all the way from thin to coarse. I definitely have thin hair. So this is the cut I ended up getting. I ended up just going and showing the stylist a photo of basically what I was going for. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go this short, but I'd gotten so sick of my long hair that I was just like, you know what, let's just chop it off. So I basically got it to about collarbone length, and she did it all one length except for just like a few really long layers. But going in with some heat protectant first. This is the Amika the Wizard Detangling Primer. Yeah, I think the last time I had my hair this short was 2020. It's been a while. I feel like I go through like a 3-year cycle with my hair where I cut it short like this and then eventually I let it grow out and then it gets super long and then I get sick of it being long, so then I cut it short again. And then I'm like, oh, I miss having long hair, so then I grow it out again. But I don't know, this time, I mean, I know I just got it cut, so I'll probably change my mind in like a month, but I kind of like having it this length. Like, I think this length is probably ideal for my hair type, which is really fine. It's amazing how much more volume my hair can have when it's this length. So I might stick with it short for a while. We'll see. Or like maybe just slightly longer. Also, I'm not sure, but I think that doing like the overtone and the ColourPop color depositing hair masks might have actually damaged my hair, because I mean, to be fair, I did go like 8 months between haircuts, which is not ideal. Like, really I should aim to get my hair cut every 3-4 months just to keep my ends healthy and everything. But I've definitely gone like a year plus without getting it cut. And yeah, I would have split ends, but it didn't feel as damaged as it did this time. Like, I felt like my hair was more dry and brittle than ever before. And there could be other factors too, like the water in Seattle definitely did a number on my hair. Like, I swear the entire time we lived in Seattle, I felt like my hair was never fully clean. Because the water there is so soft, and it just felt like I was never able to fully rinse out hair products. So I'm not entirely positive that it was the color depositing hair masks that was solely responsible for making my hair so dry. I'm going to take a little break from coloring my hair. It feels super healthy and soft now, so I'm just gonna leave it alone for a while. I actually haven't colored my hair since May, and I've just used the maintenance conditioners from ColourPop in the meantime. I have the peach one and the chestnut one, and I've just kind of would alternate between the two. And I still have quite a bit of that red color in my hair. I can definitely see my natural color growing in at the top. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is the color can definitely stay in your hair for more than, you know, whatever they say, 10 washes or whatever. I think if you do it multiple times, the color will start to, like, stick to your hair. But then again, everyone's hair type is different. I always feel like when I curl my hair with a straightener, the right side ends up so much more curly than the left side. I actually prefer this side. I like the, like, looser wave over here. This side got so curly. It must just be I've been holding it at a different angle. I'm just, like, really lightly going over these hairs to try and straighten them out a little bit. So yeah, it was kind of an impromptu decision to get it cut this short. I mean, I knew I was going to get it cut, but I wasn't sure how short. But I'm kind of glad I did, because I like this length. And this is the bangs, by the way. So I can still have my hair up in a ponytail, which is nice. It's long enough to do that. I am curious, though, to see how much natural curl my hair can have at this length. I just ordered some of the Not Your Mother's mousse from the Curl Talk line. I tried the curl cream, but I wanted to try the mousse this time. So I'm gonna try scrunching my hair with that and just see if it actually has any curl. We went to Ulta yesterday, had a blast. Unfortunately, they didn't have like most of the stuff I was looking for, so I ended up having to place an order online. But I did pick up a few things in store that I wanted to show. So I am getting ready to film. The reason I wanted to go to Ulta was to pick up some products for a video. So I really want to film another video testing products that you guys think I would like. I did one of those like 2 years ago, and I ended up finding so many new favorites in that video, so I'm gonna do another one. So I went looking for a bunch of the things that you guys recommended. This one I don't think anyone recommended to me, but I am in need of a good eyeshadow primer. The last two eyeshadow primers that I tried, the Rare Beauty and the Alter Ego ones, unfortunately they just don't work for me. So I'm hoping I have better luck with this one. I want to find a good, like, affordable eyeshadow primer, so I'll let you know. And then these were two things that were recommended by subscribers. So this looks really promising. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Under Eye Brightener in the shade Rose. So it's basically like a rosy color corrector. And I'm really excited to try this one because the person that recommended this said they like it better than a lot of the really sticky, tacky, emollient eyeshadow primers. This one is a lot more like thin and matte, and that is what I am looking for. So I'm excited to try that out. This was another thing that was recommended to me that sounded right up my alley. This is the Ulta Beauty Lustrous Foil Eyeshadow. Reminds me, it's actually bringing me back. Do you guys remember the e.l.f. long-lasting lustrous eyeshadows? I panned 2 of those way back in the day. I had a gold one and like a burgundy one. This reminds me of that, just because it has lustrous in the name, I guess. I'm really curious to try this out. So I ended up getting the shade Rose Gold Leaf. Okay, wow. So I took off this little plastic thing. Let's see how this is. Looks like a really pretty topper. Okay, so there's a swatch. Seems like kind of like a flaky glitter topper. Maybe I'll keep this little plastic thing on there. So I've been told, one of you guys told me these are very fragile, so I'm gonna keep that plastic thing on there to keep it in place. So there's my little mini in-store Ulta haul, but I have quite a few more things on the way via an online order, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first chore that I have got to tackle, if I don't do anything else in this vlog, I have to wash my brushes, because honestly, you wanna know a secret? I was going to wash my brushes in the last chore day vlog that I did last month, and it didn't happen in that vlog. So then I kept thinking about doing it in between then and now, but I was like, well, I might as well just wait until my next chore day vlog. Now the time has come. So anyway, we're about to do that. I'm really just procrastinating right now. But I really wanted to put on makeup today, so I made sure to do that first before I wash my brushes. So I wanted to show you a quick MOTD. I'm wearing the Sigma and Angela Bright palette on my eyes. I have been dying to do a look with the shade Autumn. That's this shade right here in this top corner. Oh, isn't that so pretty? So I have that shade all over my lid. I love that type of shade all over the lid in the fall. And then I just blended out the crease with the shade Peachy there, that peach matte. Put a little bit of, sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Put a little bit of Cold Brew, the matte dark brown in the outer corner. And then in the inner corner, I have the shade Bright. That's this top corner shade here. Oh, and I did use this LA Girl eyeshadow primer. I wanted to save those other two products for the video where I'm going to be testing the products, but I did want to try this eyeshadow primer today. It's hard to tell, obviously, so far because I just applied it. It does have a little bit of like that slippery, oily feel that I feel like both the Rare Beauty one and the Alter Ego one also have. I guess I'm realizing that's something I don't really like in an eyeshadow primer, is when it has that kind of oily feeling, but it did seem to adhere to the shadows really well. Like the shadows themselves went on really smoothly. So that's what I've got on the eyes. On the cheeks, I'm wearing the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Nude Tude, my favorite. And then on the lips, I have on the BK Beauty Everlast lip liner in Warm Spice. That's all I have on my lips. So now let's wash these makeup brushes. All right, welcome to my kitchen. I actually prefer washing my brushes in the kitchen because there's just more space and the water pressure is better in here. We have insane water pressure in this kitchen. You want to see this? Look at that. That is intense. All right, don't make fun of me, but I'm putting on gloves so as not to mess up my nails. Okay, so I'm using the Sigma brush cleaning foam. I actually don't love this. I don't feel like it gets my brushes as clean as the Dr. Bronner's bar soap, but I'm just trying to use this up. I actually might even use it up today, I'm not sure, but I feel like I just have to use a ton of it to get my brushes clean. I mean, it works, it just doesn't work as well as my favorite $5 soap. Heidi's here watching. Alright, I'm all done. It took a while, but we made it. Also, look at that, I lost an eye. The gloves definitely helped keep the polish from chipping. I mean, it was already a little bit chipped, but I'm just trying to make it last as long as possible. But I sadly still lost an eyeball. These are just little sticker decals, so I can put another one on. But anyway, the brushes are clean. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate the fall colors? Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Inhale, lift the sternum to the thumbs, and exhale, relax the shoulders down.
Good morning! Alright, it's the next day. Usually these vlogs end up being a couple days. I always plan for them to be one day, and then it just ends up being like 2 days instead. I really want to make coffee. Even though I don't know if I actually want coffee. I actually haven't been drinking a ton of coffee lately. I used to drink coffee every single day, but lately I just feel like it makes me so jittery that I can't really, I don't know, I can't drink very much of it. But it's chilly and it just feels like the quintessential fall day right now, and I would just love to have the experience of a cup of coffee. Heidi keeps looking over at me like, what is she doing?
What am I doing?
Okay, so here's our coffee situation right now. We have a pour over. Unfortunately it broke in the dishwasher, so yeah, we gotta be careful not to like slice our fingers off with this, but technically it still works even though there's this huge chunk missing in the side. However, we've also discovered that we can just pour over directly into a coffee mug, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Also, while I have this boiling water ready, we just burn through this candle, so this way the wax will all melt and then rise to the top, and then it'll harden, and then I'll be able to just pop that out and the jar will be ready to be recycled. Great. Okay, hi. So now that my brushes are all dry, I want to put them back in my little spinny brush holder, but I was realizing that I don't even remember the last time I actually cleaned this out. So I'm gonna do that before I put my clean brushes back in. Okay, it was kind of hard to clean like all the way down in there, but I did my best. As I was washing my brushes yesterday, I was realizing I could probably let go of a few of these. Like some of these I didn't use at all since the last time I washed my brushes, which tells me it's probably not something that needs to stay in my collection. So I'm gonna start by putting away the ones that I know I use all the time. First and foremost, the EcoTools Soft Highlight Brush. It's like the only brush I will use for highlighter. This one, and I also used to have the e.l.f. There was an e.l.f. brush that looked a lot like this. I think that one is discontinued now. But yeah, this is the best for highlighter. This is one that I realized I don't think I used at all since the last time I washed my brushes because it was pretty much clean yesterday. I went ahead and washed it again just because it had been a while, but this is the Sigma Ultimate Bronze brush, the F78. Perfectly nice quality brush, but I think this is just a little bit too big for me for bronzer. These days I prefer something more like maybe about this size for bronzer. This is the BK Beauty 103. I also really love this one from BH Cosmetics. This is their V2 brush. This one I don't think is sold anymore, but I really like the shape and size of this one. And this Sigma brush also, it looks like it would be good for powder, but it's just not quite dense enough for powder for me. So this one I will find a new home for. Another category that I think is a little out of hand is my tapered under eye brushes, we'll call them. This is a type of brush I use every day, so it does make sense to have a few different ones. I'm so loyal to BK Beauty. I just think their brushes are some of the best I've ever tried. Oh, Heidi's on a rampage. So I am going to keep the 108. This one is my favorite. This is the 113. So it's like a tapered setting brush, but it's pinched in, which makes it just perfect for the under eye area. So that one is not going anywhere. I'm going to keep these other two as well, the 108 and 110. The 110 is a little bit denser. I think they say to use this to actually blend out concealer. I like using it to set my under eye concealer, and I like how dense it is. And then this one's a little more tapered. I use them both. But I also have these three from Sigma. I like some of the Sigma brushes that I've tried. I would say overall I like their eye brushes better than their face brushes. I find the face brushes, they're just a little bit too slick. This is similar to that BK Beauty 110, the more dense one I like using on my under eyes. This is the Concealer Blend Kabuki F79. Similar, a little bit more dense. And of the two, I just prefer the BK Beauty one. I just like the bristles a little bit better. So I'm gonna find a new home for this Sigma one. Then these are the Sigma F35 and F12. Yeah, I'll keep those. One category where I feel I can never have enough brushes is crease brushes. I love a good crease brush. I don't know what it is. I love all the different shapes and sizes that they come in. I have some small ones, some big ones, some really tapered ones. Yeah, I love all of these. And inevitably, they all end up getting used and they all end up dirty by the time I need to wash my brushes again. So that's one category where I don't mind having an embarrassing amount. Okay, so here are the rejects. These are the ones that I feel like I can definitely live without. So first up, we have these two from Sigma. Hey, B, don't mess with her. B, you know better. These are from Alter Ego. I kept a couple of the Alter Ego brushes. I'll show you the one that I kept. I think I only kept one, actually. No, I kept two. These are the three that I'm keeping. The number 10, the number 1, and the number 4. I would say I like number 4 the best. This is actually a contour brush, but it's kind of small and just like this nice round shape. Really nice size for like the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, which is a really small pot. So it's nice for things like that. The number 1 is just this kind of standard powder brush. You could use this for a lot of things. I've been using it for blush and I do like it for that purpose. And then the number 10 is this angled eyeshadow brush. I'm liking it. I do think like these feel nice and soft. I definitely think like, you know, some of the bristles kind of like stick out. They're not shedding, at least not at this point, but they definitely feel more drugstore, but totally functional as well. But these are the three that I'm going to find a new home for. We have the number 2. This is a similar size to the number 1, but it's a little bit more flat, doesn't have as much taper to it. I just don't really have a use for this brush, I don't think, so that one I'm going to pass along. This is just a pretty standard angled contour brush, really nice brush, but I just have others that I prefer. So I just don't feel like I need another brush of this shape. And then this is the number 11. It's like a little pencil brush. This I just don't like nearly as much as the BK Beauty 210 pencil brush, but I think the difference is the BK Beauty one just has a bit more taper to it. So it's just a little bit better at actually picking up and holding onto eyeshadow. I just don't feel like this grips onto the shadow well enough, if that makes sense. Yeah, definite like difference in quality for sure. I mean, the price I would expect. And then I'm also going to get rid of this one random spoolie that I have. Just because I have other spoolies, this one is so short that it just gets lost in all my brushes, so I just don't end up using it. So that's an easy pass as well. So yeah, just a little handful of brushes there. I don't know why it's so hard to let go of brushes, because I'm even looking at these, I'm like, well, maybe I would use this. But I mean, I don't think I'm going to miss these, so. But most importantly, all the brushes that I'm keeping fit really well in my brush holder, so that feels good, because before it was definitely getting a little cramped in here. And by the way, this brush holder I got at TJ Maxx like 3 or 4 years ago, so I'm not sure if they still sell it, but it has been really great for storing brushes. Okay, so this is what happens when you use the same desk as both a desk and a vanity. It pretty much just looks like this all the time. I want to clear this off, and I also just want to tidy up this room in general. I just realized I forgot to clean 2 things yesterday when I washed my brushes, so I guess we can clean these in a little bit. I really want to see how this e.l.f. powder puff cleans up. I haven't washed it yet, so we'll do that in a little bit. Okay, note to self, maybe next time don't get a white table for makeup purposes, because yeah, this is super stained and I've only had it for a little over a year. Luckily this was not an expensive piece of furniture by any means. Yeah, it adds character, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Also, another thing I really need to clean out is the inside of these drawers. Okay, another little chore that I would love to get out of the way. I love this Makeup Revolution translucent baking powder, but I hate the packaging. It's just, you know, it's just not practical for a loose powder, I need a big lid to dump the powder into. So I am going to decant as much of it as I can into this empty e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So first I need to clean out this container. I took off the sifter with just some tweezers. And for all of my makeup cleaning purposes, nothing works quite like 91% isopropyl alcohol. So I'm just gonna take some of this. This one's almost empty, but we have another one. I'm just gonna actually pour a little bit in there. And then I'll take some on my cotton round. All right, so now that that is nice and sparkling clean, I've completely given up on keeping my nails looking nice, by the way. So now I'm gonna try to get the sifter off of this Makeup Revolution powder. Let's see if I can. I need you to get up under there. Ah, yes, here we go. Nice, okay. Sifter is off, and now I am just going to dump it in here. Pretty self-explanatory. All right. All right, so I filled this up. There's still so much left in this container, which just goes to show what an immense value this powder is. So this I'm just gonna put away in my collection and just keep it for when I need to refill this. Let's see, pop that sifter back on. Oop, hello. Okay. Yay, that feels so good to finally have that done. Okay, last thing, I know this is like a little insane, but I cannot stand knowing that there's a different product in here than what's on the label. Like, I just can't live with that. So I cut out a little piece of paper and I'm going to relabel it with the correct name of the product. Much better. Now I'll be able to sleep at night. And I am still absolutely in disbelief at how much powder is left. Look at this. It's like I barely made a dent. Powder still comes up to here. Alright, we're back in the kitchen. Like I said, I found 2 more little things I forgot to wash yesterday, and I'm just going to use my Dr. Bronner's soap for these right here. Alright, this is my first time cleaning this e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder Puff. They say you can also just wash this in the washing machine, like with your laundry. I haven't tried that. I want to just try hand washing it first. I'm just going to wash it like I would wash a sponge. So, getting some soap on there. Okay, well that cleaned up really easily, so I'm gonna... B is trying to get in a cabinet. I'm gonna just, I guess, leave this... I know where I'll leave it. Okay, so I went ahead and squeezed out all of the excess water that I could from this. I have an extra one of these little sponge holders. Here's an example with the sponge inside. I love these. I don't remember where they came from, but if you just Google makeup sponge holder, you'll find plenty of similar things. But I'm just gonna leave this in here so that it can air out and dry. You're drooling? That's so silly. Alright, I figured I would go ahead and end the vlog here with some calming kitty cuddles. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. As always, let me know what videos you'd like to see next. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye!